Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Goes to collect the security recording later with selling the extranet.
Yeah.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Well, wiping out all sentient life would definitely be a way of shaping things.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think your mic is messing up again, Dervin. Might be best to go to push to talk, because it keeps activating when you're not talking.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with someone using YouTube downstairs, but maybe.
Okay.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Okay, what about your species?
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't
And yet you
understand.
refer to your
Your species can mate with anyone?
Yes.
Mating is not
Sorry?
quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits onto our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so you're monogendered, meaning you only have really one gender, but you also refer to yourselves as on the female pronoun, and you all just happen to be sexy space women.
Yeah,
That,
and they do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say they do go into sometimes they're like, this one is technically a male, you could say.
I think the female pronoun stuff is probably more from a translation and such, because technically speaking, well, all of the aliens are speaking their own alien language and such. It's just that the lip syncing is done for, well, to not have it be weird to hear one thing and see something else.
To not have, like, we see them speaking in English and it looks like, to not have it look like we're watching one of those badly dubbed Hong Kong action movies.
Like Jackie Chan's early work.
Yep.
Like, those first movies of his that were translated are so blatantly and hilariously voiced over.
Yeah.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
And now for
So
a
there's
very
all-
personal press. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, so there's always a little part of your partner in you. And Liara was the one who phrased it that way.
Yeah. Well, the incel community probably had a whale of a time with that line, huh? With
Probably,
all the
yeah.
bullshit I wouldn't even
Yeah.
say they believe, they just conjure up bullshit as excuses.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Okay, let's be honest, this question here is just stupid because how else would they have reproduced before meeting other species, huh?
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, leads to its own set of things happening as shown in basically the sequel.
Yeah.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
And yet there is people here who will literally scream about being pure-blooded because they don't get vaccinated. You insane fucks.
Okay.
Moving on.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Well, that's gotta lead to some daddy issues, though I'm guessing they figured out some way
God,
to
I just
therapy
realized
that.
something.
Hmm?
What if the dad's a Solarian?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be awkward because they live so short.
Yeah.
Like, we'd have to check up at what point Solarians are considered adults or and such, but yeah, then they actually probably quite shorter than human years, but yeah, that'd still just be probably 1 or 2 decades that they can be together.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yeah, if I had to assume, I'd say that the Solarians are probably considered adults at anywhere from 12 to 14.
Okay. That is everyone on this deck, so we go below deck. Alright. We are getting towards the end of the stream again. Okay, but honestly, we'll probably be ending quite a few streams on the Normandy.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, many times.
Probably a good idea to do that.
Yeah, it would be the safer place to end things off.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought I was important.
You're kidding.
That's a fair
I
point.
think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Okay.
I didn't know Saren was
I mean,
openly recruiting mercs.
Merc, so...
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
This is how I can tell Rex is pretty good, because he had a pretty quick judge of how Saren was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a merc fucking off before they even get paid. Yeah, that tells that for one they are smart and they value their life more than credits.
Yeah.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Okay.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
Yeah, a biotic like you could probably play fucking bowling with Volus guards.
Yeah.
If it even
Pickleball,
was
Volus
Volus.
style.
Yeah, guards.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So,
Damn.
yeah, they saw something on there
Someone
that
Rex.
they weren't supposed to see, or
Shepard.
Or whatever the hell
right
they
after.
or whatever the hell they pretty much were told was basically one of those things that the second you get them, you're then terminated, pretty much
Yeah.
because you were not supposed to know after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get a a notification on your whatever smartphone. I guess they have that sort of here, or you're actually no.
Omnitrol.
Yeah.
You just,
Yep.
you just get a notification on your Omni tool that says you've been marked for termination by Skynet.
Commander, you have a minute to talk.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Yes.
I think we might have forgotten to talk with her on the first go
Yeah, I
around.
think we did.
Yeah.
No, I
Oops.
think you did talk to them.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Actually, with
That's
all due
enough,
respect,
Chief.
be more
You
respectful.
always second-guess your superiors?
Ma'am, no ma'am. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
Oh, okay. Typically that doesn't cut things off.
Commander?
That
Back
one
to
is
talking.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it.
Yeah.
You want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Behave.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay, so yeah, accidentally cut off
Ma'am.
where we're going with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I had to ask.
Hmm?
Does the community like her?
I
It's
think the
pretty
split
mixed as
between
far as-
is 50-50.
Yeah, it's pretty mixed as far as I know, but some people like her. I kind of like her romance. I've explored it once. She's nicer than you'd think.
Okay. Well, certainly someone who does have almost 100% approval rating, though.
Commander, how are you?
Being a bit stuttery, Garrus.
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Goodbye. No, we're not going to be that rude.
Yeah, let's don't be that mean to our best buddy.
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough.
I can imagine.
But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Oh?
Huh, really?
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Or ethics?
Technically not true.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Yeah, you can nudge your squad mates' personalities around a bit with how you react to them.
It's one thing I do like in the entire trilogy. You can definitely bump things around.
Yeah.
And as for top favorite squad mates, personally, I prefer Garrus, Rex, and Tally.
Oh, the aliens, of course.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
I kind of understand her concerns.
Yeah.
Like, if I were on the ship in the same situation, I would want to get used to engine sounds and the vibrations of the floor and all that.
Yeah, basically Quarian ASMR.
You're gonna have to get... It's like getting used to how... Like, if you live your whole life basically living the events of Battlestar Galactica, you have to get used to, like, the noise things maybe, because if something goes silent, you have to go, oh, fuck, what broke?
Yeah.
That, and it's like, all of a sudden, hear your silence, and it's like, oh, jeez, hope a rat didn't die in the vents again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as for this line that's being, outlined right now, yeah, the whole you don't know what you've got until it's gone thing, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Yeah, you'll always find outliers who, well, find their own way.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell where the direction
I should
of
go.
that is gonna go for Romance
See you
Hunter.
later.
Oops, some more
Look at
lore.
It seems
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
clear to
I
me
think
that-
Adams wants to talk to you.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Nothing new here. Actually, is this one new?
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive.
Yeah.
Have we done?
Did we see
Yeah,
What's so
that?
special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel.
Yeah.
Carry on,
We
Miles.
did this at the start of the stream.
Yeah, this
Which
feels
was
very
2 hours
familiar.
ago.
Yeah, dang it, I missed it. Wait, did you guys already do Pharaohs?
Nope.
I don't think
Okay.
Pharos comes up in this game, but
Therum
No,
was.
no.
Yep.
No,
The
Pharaohs
planet.
is like, yeah, the planet.
I thought we came to that one and it was just an entry with a survey point, actually.
No, you're thinking of Pharos, not Feros.
Yeah, gotcha.
The one with the giant ice lake that somehow makes it visible from within the system.
Yeah, I thought something felt off there.
Okay,
Well,
we
I
don't really
think
have time for more gameplay, but we do have more codex.
Yay.
Well, I gotta use the bathroom right now, so you guys read that. I'm gonna call it here since
The
we're
Okay.
close to the end of the stream.
sec-
See you guys later.
I guess
Is
see you
it-
next time, Ram. And thanks for
See you guys.
joining as always.
No
Thanks
problem.
for joining.
Thank you for joining,
Okay.
indeed. Oh, and Poopy's gone.
Okay, yeah, we must have checked the Solarians before one of the reloads or crashes.
Yeah.
Let's see then.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station.
Yeah, that one
presumably
we've
constructed.
seen.
The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
Okay, so yeah, basically they aren't the heads of their governments, but they are representatives with, well, a lot of a lot of political not leeway, a lot of political weight to throw around if wanted. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, each of their governments could go fuck you, we don't listen anymore. Though, well, would be a bad idea probably.
Probably.
Okay,
Like, very
one
bad.
more.
Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network.
That should really tell us a lot right there. Yeah. Like how slow FTL actually is.
Yeah, basically, we're just using the Prothean's public service network to go around.
Yeah, it's something that can jump so many thousands of light years that it's not even funny in an instant.
Yeah. Okay. Save. And with that, Oscar returns. Are you going to go on the bed again? He's been noticeably absent from that for most of the day, and he's checking for the towel. He spots the towel, and he's on the towel. Like, I don't get what it is about this specific yellow towel that he likes. Okay,
that's pretty funny.
It could be because I used it as a backrest for a while, so it likely smells like me a bit. Okay, making doubly sure. Okay, but that'll be all for today. We'll continue with this on Thursday. If nothing gets in the way, of course.
Woohoo.
Alright. That was... Okay. Yeah, I don't... This will probably be cut off on the VODs, but for some reason, the launcher got green screened for some reason.
Yeah, that was funny to see for a second there.
But yeah, that'll be it for Mass Effect Legendary Edition today. But before we end the stream, of course, let's go look for someone to raid. Let's see. It is decently busy. Okay, let's see. We have Cider Delish, who is playing Etrian Odyssey 3 HD. Let's bring up the list of recent raids. Trim that down a bit to the last 5 or so. There. Let's see. We have Jimmy McGinger, who is playing The Legend of Zelda. Which one? A Link Between Worlds. Okay. Katie is playing Clair Obscure Expedition 33. We rated... Okay, I thought we rated Hisaya recently, but apparently not. They're playing Little Rocket Lab. Graham the Wolf is playing Before Your Eyes. Not heard of that one. Neither the one that Hisaya is playing, so let me mute this place. And then take a look. And then for the last two, we have Karenai, who is playing Anode Heart Layer Null. And okay, this Little Rocket Lab looks like a sort of more chill Factorio. Okay. Before Your Eyes, and which Halloween is playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I want to stream that one completely. Is it still considered? Do people still dislike it if they call it a blind playthrough? I believe first playthrough is preferred typically.
I didn't even know there's a... what's the term? Dislike towards that?
Yeah, I wasn't even sure on that.
I'm not even fully sure. Yeah. It might have just been some asshole blowing things out of proportion or something. But yeah, I have Metroid Prime 4. I have mentioned that during a previous stream, but I'm not going to touch it until after we have streamed the other Metroid games.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and this Before Your Eyes game is like some sort of therapy something, or I have no freaking clue. And yeah, that's about it. Do any of these sound of interest, or shall I take a pick?
Your choice.
Yeah, up to you, I'd say.
Okay, let's go say hi to Cider then. Okay, I have played the first Etrian Odyssey, though not to completion. And I do still have both the Persona Q games, but yeah, those take forever to get through on the on medium difficulty. I probably should lower it to just the lowest to actually manage to get some progress. Though I did get to the 4th dungeon with that, at least, so I don't I don't completely suck at it.
Yeah.
Okay. /raid and paste. But before we get started with that, of course, thank you everyone who may have been watching now or later. Let's see. Thank you, Aurora. And I'm not seeing any named lurkers. Well. Did I? Yes. I think I skipped my usual bit. Thank you everyone who may have been watching live or later. And yeah, thank you as always, Drakir and Dervin.
You're welcome as always, my friend. And thank you all for joining and watching this madness.
You're welcome indeed.
And yeah, Ram as well, of course. Let's see. We'll continue with this game on Thursday, again, if nothing gets in the way. And tomorrow, we'll continue with Zenless Zone Zero, where, well, we'll look for any side quests that need to be done before we fully start with Season 2. There is Zero stuff we could work on. And yeah, maybe we could even touch upon some of the temporary events that have been going on if they are of any interest. I think they have been improving with those because there were some before. Your mic is acting up again, Dervin, where you had to log in like a certain number of days to advance things, though those typically weren't really story heavy with it. Mostly comedy, but from what I've noticed, they've stopped doing those really. And if you get in late on any that require multiple visits, then you can just continue right after your you can just progress it on your very first visits, so you don't have to, you don't miss out. But yeah, we'll see about all that tomorrow, though. Yeah, Thursday more Mass Effect, and Saturday we continue once again with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And I do gotta say that I find it rather fitting that we have both of these big trilogies that have consequences that bleed through to the next, to the following games, that we have both of these going on at the same time, huh?
Yeah, that makes things way more interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And they both have a rough first game, so another parallel.
Yeah.
I think at one point I actually confused, or I had confused that. What I think at one point I said something dumb like that BioWare made the Witcher games as well, but yeah, that not the case. CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
They are similar with these trilogies. We'll see which we'll like more by the end of it, though. Though they don't have to be rivals.
Yeah.
For now, though, that is about it. So
I just hope we're able to start on time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Captain.
Okay. Well then, let's get this raid started. And yeah, thank you all again for watching. And until next time, have a nice day. And until then.
Be safe, everyone. Sleep well. And watch out for undead seagulls.
And crashing Geth armatures.
And Eclipse Krogans.